On moving day, there are several pieces to the check-in process. Always the first touch point is going to be a member of the sales team or a move coordinator going and creating that personalized, warm welcome. Upon arrival, the key things that residents and families will want to have prepared are any outstanding documents that they weren't able to provide during the onboarding, lease signing. Maybe we need a copy of a Medicare card or an insurance card. Maybe we just need to take a good photo of the resident if it's assisted living or memory care. Other things that are important would be medications. That way our wellness team can get everything in place, review those medications, make sure they match the physician's plan of care and our care plan, and answer any questions about medication administration. What we like to provide is a reintroduction to the community if someone wants it. A lot of times the tour may have been a month or so ago, and we want to make sure that they understand and remember all of the incredible amenities and resources that their new home has to offer. So we love to walk them around and show them all the fun things they might be doing at MorningStar if they're up for it. Moving day is one of the most stressful days in the entire process. If we can get started early, that it always makes for a smoother transition. Especially in assisted living and memory care, we want residents to arrive typically before 1:30 p.m. so that they can get settled, get some lunch, and have enough time for members of the wellness team to check in and answer any questions about care that they might have for the evening. When it comes to independent living, before around 4 o'clock is typically good. We really like them to make it in time to have a meal with us the first day. That's their first introduction to the community, to our residents, and it starts things out on the right foot. On that day, we make sure that our staff is extremely prepared. So we make sure that every member of every team knows who the resident is coming in, what challenges they may run into, and if there are special certain quirks or things that we need to be aware of. Taking breaks is something that is difficult to do during the move day when everyone is stressed and wants to be sort of in control. So maybe we choose to send a meal up to the residents so that they don't need to break away when they're making those important settling in decisions. We recently had a resident move into our memory care community. So we found out that this particular resident really liked kind of the big welcome, and so we did balloons. We found out that she is a big pepperoni pizza lover, so we had a stack of pepperoni pizzas delivered to her and her family when they arrived to their suite, and just made her feel really special on that first day. There are always going to be challenges and issues that pop up. It's never as smooth as we want it to go. Some of them are unavoidable, like delays with the movers due to weather, due to traffic. Really nothing you can do about that except be positive and patient. Missing items is something that we run into quite often, especially like pajamas for the first night or where are my pillows. So labeling boxes with very specific contents is going to be key. Everyone that is a staff member at MorningStar knows that we need to be flexible and may have to jump into a different role that we don't always do at a moment's notice. We also want our residents to know that what they're experiencing is absolutely normal and that they now have a whole team behind them to help them when anything comes up. Questions, concerns, there's always a concierge, a member of the wellness team, resident friends who might be able to answer questions that they have. I love that MorningStar also provides a new resident handbook that will actually walk residents through how to do things like set the thermostat and use their remote, what time meals are, where they should meet for social activities, how to schedule transportation. All the questions that are probably circling like crazy through the resident's brain that they might forget to ask on that initial contact, all lives in a neat, tidy book that stays with them forever. We are the welcome committee. Every person that resident, that family runs into, makes contact with, has a conversation with, is going to play a huge role in what their perception of MorningStar is. And we are going to go absolutely out of our way as far as we can to make sure that they have a phenomenal first experience. We want to be warm, radiant, welcoming, helpful, compassionate, empathetic, and all the things that MorningStar really embodies as a company. We rely heavily on members of wellness as well as our sales team to give us information about what the family is hoping to experience, what they're worried about, things that they have experienced in the past that might color their experience moving forward, and we all adjust from there. The moves I'm most proud of are not the ones that necessarily go super smooth and where everything goes right. It's the ones where things go a little off the rails. Maybe somebody moves in and the phone that they decided to bring from home has a wire that doesn't work, and we need to jump in and get that fixed and run to Target down the street and pick them up a new cord. Maybe they planned on being here at a certain time for lunch and the truck got stuck in the snow and they made it 2 hours late and they're starving and cranky and having to decide where everything goes. And we can make their experience better by bringing up a meal or bringing up a cart with coffee and pastries. Anything that we can do to right the ship. Morningstar is so good about being flexible and having every team member know that your job doesn't end at your job description. Really, we are there to jump in any capacity, and if we don't have the answer or can't fix the solution, we are certainly going to find someone who can. We got your back. The Radiance service value that I most connect with is the one that talks about seeing and addressing a problem and following it through to fruition. So you see somebody who is having issues with their cable. I'm not just going to pass that off and assume that someone else is going to take care of it. I'm going to go up personally and make sure that their cable and TV and all of that stuff is working. And that doesn't stop when I'm done with the phone call to Xfinity to make sure all the services back up. I'm going to then go back up the next day and check in with that family in person and make sure all is well. I'm going to make sure that their experience was good with me and that they know how to troubleshoot the issue moving forward if needed. I've gone so far as to color code and make stickers that I've put on people's remotes so that they know which buttons to push, and labeling which remote is for the TV versus the old TV. So we are going above and beyond to making sure that we are solving a problem.